Alright. And we're live. Hello there, people. Oh, why did that sound kind of accusatory? Hello there, good people. There we go. That sounds...
I've heard you've been making the settled system safer. It's not much, but take this.
Hello there, Al. How goes it? Ooh, you give me money. Very nice. There we go. Hello there, Dome. How goes it? Let's go to the view. Hello there, Elevated. Glad it goes fine, Al. Alright, that was not the viewport, but we'll go with it. Hello there, Druid. Welcome. Alright, let's grab a mission boat. I should ban text merged. Hello there, Eddie. Oh god, only using a cutter. Hello, Reverus. Only using a cutter could be... It'll be... I feel like it'll be difficult. Build a robot. Dangerous rogue robot has been detected. Alright, where are we go? Let's go kill the pirate rover on Chawla. Oh, that's in our system. Lovely. Hello there, X. How goes it? This looks like a planet. Let's check it out. Bunch of work done. Awesome. Can't wait to check it all out. Ship. We've got less than a week, I think. Is less than a week to the showcase? Or is it? Less than a week. The 23rd? To the Starfield showcase, which not Starfield show. I wish it was a Starfield showcase. To the Xbox. There's apparently they're gonna be live on 2 days. The melee weapons are really powerful. I mean, they're all really good, but the melee weapons are really satisfying to use. Look at that. That is a ship. Hey, I haven't been to this location in a while. Hello, Ecliptic. I don't think I will. I'm rocking Hara's shotgun. It's very nice. Kind of surprised that that the Freestar Collective don't have like an actual lever action. Oh, I'm stuck. Am I stuck? Am I stuck? Yeah. Oh no, maybe. Jump. There we go. We're good. Not stuck. Not stuck. We're good. No, I planned for a 10K stream. Ah! That's not a bad idea, actually. Might do another long form stream, maybe like a 10-hour stream for hitting 10k subs. That shouldn't be as hard to do as the charity one. I could easily, probably, well, hopefully, do 10 hours. Oh. There's not too, yeah. I think if I'm ever gonna do the 24-hour again, I should definitely, like, as soon as I wake up, just like take a half an hour and then start the stream. Well, they have the breach, or not the breach. They have like the, you know, the double barrel that's like square looking, but just some like lever actions in general would be cool. Like the lawgiver, not the lawgiver. That's not what it's called. Is that what it's called actually? The 50 cal rifle. I feel like it'd be cooler if it was lever action. Difficulty amount. Well, let's pump that up to extreme. I tell you, if we get ship parts announcement. Oh, good luck, Kyle. Hopefully it doesn't end horribly. If we get a ship parts announcement, we'll do a party stream. Yeah, the coachman, that was it. It's the thing is, the coachman's not bad, but I just feel like it looks like the sort of shotgun that like you think like the Freestar Collective, right? Like generally you would assume like weapons that are easy to maintain, don't have very like tricky kind of mechanisms, so like pistols would be out. It'd be more kind of revolver. That's kind of why I assume why they like went with the. Well, actually no, because it's the rifle actually.
Take control.
Is it called the law? We'll give her a camera. Aha. Shotgun. Oh, an elemental combat. Hell yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyone know why it keeps setting my fucking display things to very low? It's very annoying. Off. There we go. Ha. Hello there, Nicholas. Watermelon, once a favorite of Earth's summertime barbecue, now synthetically grown. Would it be synthetically grown? Couldn't you just like make the seed? Ooh, excuse me. I do wonder what we're gonna get for the like whether we're gonna get news on Starfield and what it's gonna be. The Fallout TV show's coming out. Is it November or December this year? Which is really cool. I need to remove that perk. I don't know. I'm hoping for some news. I feel like they have to do some news. Targeting. Hello there, random. How goes it? Help. Targeting. Or perk. Player dot remove perk 2 C 598 598. Fucking hate that perk. So annoying. There we go. Anything up there? Also this. I've only started recently messing around with the explosive round, but it makes a lot of the guns super satisfying to use. So is this a vanilla? This is vanilla. I don't have Cryomancer turned on currently. Do you want more ship parts for the existing companies or new companies? I mean, either or would be cool. Obviously, I'd love to see some, like, that's a good question. Probably new parts, because I want to see, like, how Bethesda could do it, you know? Like, are they able to cook it? I feel like we've got some, we've seen some really nice ship parts from the community. Read this. Okay, or I can't. The fuck you mean? I can't read the book. Why is it gonna be look? That's what I mean. You take the stock off it and it looks fucking sick. It's like I just imagine this being like the kind of the equivalent of like, you know, like when people Demo Stroud and Tyo split the yeah, some more unique habs. Hello, Conan. Some more unique habs would be like really, really nice. And like giving like giving fucking Tyo, because I don't mind like if certain manufacturers had, like, say for instance, like I don't mind like if Hope Tech didn't have a battle station, you know? Because yeah, the battle station kind of for military sort of stuff. Same with like I wouldn't mind if like Deimos didn't have like a large cargo bay. It looks so cool. Why is it with the poop stained? Oh yeah, I love that chair. Maybe some official Trident habs. See, I feel like Trident habs is something that will if we're going to get an M class, Trident habs would be the perfect kind of way to kind of tease it. Like having like, oh, you know, Trident is back in business and they're looking for captains. No. I got a flamethrowers. There's a lot of cut content that they could kind of re-add to the game. And just a lot of like stuff that I suppose compared to other games there's not a whole lot of like individual, but there's like certain mechanics. Like I'd love to see, obviously we've got the, you know, the where are we going now? We've got like, you know, the fuel mod and stuff, which is really cool, but I'd love to see Bethesda incorporate like a full-on survival mode. It does, although it does kind of beg the question, Max, yes. It does make me wonder, because obviously I'm in the boat that even if a mod does something or a paid mod does something, I think that if Bethesda intended to do something of the same caliber, they should definitely do it. But from a business point of view, it's like we already have like, you know, like the fuel mod, and that's a paid mod, and like realistically Bethesda going and implementing, from a business point of view, them going and implementing like a free update that added a fuel system would seem like not very beneficial. Now that being said, I still would like to see them do it. But yes, I wonder like what their like official kind of stance. I haven't Twa, and I won't be. Just because the mod author who created that also created the Ryujin revolver that went it's still not fixed. It breaks your game. The mod author has reached out to me and said that they are planning on fixing the revolver. and adding some extra stuff as a kind of an apology. Now, I told them that when that happens and the patch goes live, let me know, and then once the patch goes live, I will do a review of it. The weapon does look cool, but it just kind of, yeah. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Hello there, Will. I am having a decentish day. It's pretty good. Although my drink is a bit subpar, but that's what can you do? That's my fault. Airborne or regular underwater dungeons. Some content in general, like some like proper dungeons. Hello there, Drake. Welcome. Like, hello there, Gearspin. Like they're like obviously we've got like the kind of the whole POI system, but I would like to see some like custom made dungeons that are a once off. Hello there, Paul. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed the review. Get up there. Get up there. Aha. You guys all dead? Oh no, you're not. You chill? Oh, you're chill. You're crazy. There's a ooh, hammer saw. Clever girl. Yeah, it's definitely like underwater. They could do a lot of cool stuff with it. Like they could he's invisible after Z. Okay, like they could easily do like a kind of like allow the player to swim and then like potentially make some sort of kind of like underwater, like I don't know, like I think building like underwater buildings would be very cool, like if they added the ability to like, you know, make structures that you could put under the ground. Right, you're fucking tanky as hell, my god. Ow. I've been stuck. Oh, I was a Starborn, that why. We really need random events of space. Well, that's why I'm hoping this thing with the cruise system is going to be implemented, because that could alleviate a lot of the lacking space stuff. Like just having like kind of like with, you know, with cruise, super cruise being a thing, you know, you'll be able, Bethesda will be able to make kind of like hyper lanes, or I guess you can call them. Obviously that's not what they would be in the game, but like essentially like kind of like transit areas where ships would fly if they're trying to leave the system, and then you could have like POIs set up there and stuff like that. And then obviously just having like a kind of an interdiction system where you can pull ships. Oh, hello. Bad Pav's Rune. Like having like an interdiction would be nice, maybe, but non-human companions. Yeah, that's another one that I don't like. See, there's so many like elements of the game that like where like it's missing stuff, and I kind of want like to know like why, like what was the reason for, you know, like where's our kind of robot dog companion? Like I'm kind of surprised that there wasn't like some like weird kind of like quest where we find like an old like Russian fucking space capsule, and it's like Laika somehow, like she survived, and we basically have like a fucking old world cosmonaut dog as her companion, you know? Again, that's another one. Koradic has done like a really good job with his mod. He has contemplated doing like a space dog. Would be so cool. What do you mean now by like time jump rifts? I have to agree, Paul. There are dog bots and there are Ashta, which again, that would definitely like fit into the idea. Like I've always said, like it's weird that one that, you know, like that. Well, I've always thought it'd be cool if like Freestar Rangers riding around on fucking Ashta with like Ashta like hunting, you know, like as hunting animals or like, you know, pack animals sort of thing. And again, it's weird that Bethesda kind of didn't go that route, but I do agree, Paul. I really hope that people try to do like more outlandish sort of enemies that aren't like human. Who is Kubro? I have not played very much of Warframe. Yeah, exactly. Like just having like Aquila having like, you know, like different creatures and stuff that works alongside, because they're supposed to be like the frontiersmen. I kind of always imagined like, you know, like you'd have like, when you think of like a kind of a picturesque of like New Atlantis, like, or the UC, like you've got soldiers and stuff super kitted in gear, using like living in a prefabricated like modular accommodation with like robots. And then you have like, you have the you know, the Freestar, which would be, they'd be more like kind of like frontiersmen, like sitting around like a lodge with basically like having like Ashta that they would ride on, and you know, stuff like that to kind of fit more in. Because like I know concept art is one thing, but the concept art for Aquila kind of like makes it a lot more like there's a lot more going on. Am I supposed to go? Oh, they're like writing Xenos. I don't think it'd be that hard, which is fair. Like the lack of snakes kind of highlights why. Like there's a lot of very cool Xenos in Starfield. Red Mile does need redemption. Like there's a lot of Xenos in Starfield, right? But they're hello there, addictive. But they're all kind of very similar, you know. They're all, generally speaking, you've got you've got the flying type, and you've got like bipeds and stuff. Like where's the snake creatures, you know? Where's the like the living plants? Like, you know, there's like so many different kind of entities they could come up with. Well, the horrors, I think the reason behind the horrors not necessarily being snake teamed is because there's something else entirely. Like, we don't know too much about the horrors, and hopefully, yeah, the heat leech, and the heat leeches are kind of like the red mouth silk. It really does. Like, it's like, imagine being able to go there and like have like a gambling, like you could play like blackjack or roulette or like some sort of card game. Please don't make a new card game. Caravan was dog shit, even though I know Bethesda didn't make it. I spent way too much time reading guides back in the day, trying to 100% the fucking game. Like, oh yeah, Caravan, so good. But even like, imagine like if you look at like Ark, for example, and like, obviously, you know, Ark is a completely different game, but like the way the different creatures, like snakes, like imagine like giant like snake like creatures like Titan Boa or Titanoboa, or just basically animals that move like imagine giant centipedes or millipedes, more like insect like creatures. Because currently a lot of the okay, I never really understood it. I just kind of like, I was like, okay, that seems to make sense. What's going on here? Is there something in here? Oh, there is in. Because I think when it comes to like the insect creatures, it's generally just reskins of the cave crickets from Fallout.
Beam, you will know truth, coward.
Excuse me, you talking shit about me, Mr. Varun? Get on your fucking ass. Like, shotguns should intrinsically have the knockdown perk. Dude just got his ass kicked. How does, well, it's not 90mm, it's tungsten. How does, what round is this? How does 12 gauge flechette strike you? We got one more mission. Dismantle the robot. Okay, we can do that. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Bethesda's cooking, and I really hope that they just give us insight into like what their plans are. Like, even if, you know, like maybe not, like maybe obviously they're not going to tell us like things that are not like, you know, solid. as in, you know, things that they're not 100% sure, but it would still be like really nice. That's what I mean. Like, there's no long bugs. Like, even like the flying creatures, one of the things you know about, or you'll notice about flying creatures, is they're kind of shit, right? And I'm not gonna lie, obviously flying creatures are very hard to do, but again, it's one of these instances, like, you had dragons, Bethesda, right? Dragons that could fly and do, like, breath attacks and stuff. Why didn't you scale them down? Like, I would love, imagine, like, creatures that, like, operated, like, more on the scale of they could walk and fly. Because in-game, like, flying creatures basically just fly. Like, they don't ever try and land. I think a lot of them don't really have landing animations. And, like, there's stuff... Oh, Cazadors. Hello there, Lee. The vertibird travel is... And I really hope they manage to get some sort of... I would love a roadmap, too. Hello, Pedro. These giant cockroaches. That's what I mean. Like, I have said that so many times, too. And I feel like everybody who kind of has come from Skyrim to this, you're like, what happened to Melee? Why is Melee so... And... I feel like realistically, they probably have to, you know, sacrifice a lot of stuff, because getting spaceships to work, and they work very well in what they do, you know, probably took a lot. Oh. Knocked out. Well, even like melee weapon, like I feel like melee weapons in general, they just need... What the fuck? Hello? Beetle crab grazer? Yeah, they're more... Because that's... The thing is, like, flying creatures, like, it's hard to kind of do with when you have, like, an open world kind of thing. Oh, no, I know a cockroach there. Hello, giant. Never seen you before. You're fucking huge. Shotgun. My god, that's an ugly motherfucker. I mean, the fact that they're working on the Super Cruise, like, has me excited and hopeful that, like, eventually they're going to do more like that. And it would be a first for Bethesda, because they've never really done that before. Bethesda have operated on the premise of it's a kind of one and done. Be the first player. Oh yeah, no, I agree. I agree, Random. Like, the lack of shit, like, it's very... It would be very tone deaf on Bethesda's part. Now, the fact... Well, see, I like, letting them cook, like, that is fair, like, but they should say something. Like... I seen, somebody made, like, a really good comment, basically, saying that we're not children. And, like, well, yeah, like, it's cool to kind of be excited for things. We'd like to have some sort of inkling of what's going on, and I do agree. Like, I'd rather know straight out the bat, like, what Bethesda's working on, and if it is something that people aren't interested in, then at least, you know, they know ahead of time, you know? Like, if they were to come out and say, look, we're focusing on shipbuilding, like, that's awesome. You know what I mean? That's pretty... But, like, if they also came out and, look, we're not gonna, you know, do any ship part sort of stuff, be like, well, okay, fair. I will proceed to poop on you every chance I get, but, like, at least you tell us. But the fact that they're working on ship stuff, you know, makes me think that if we don't get ship parts, it would be crazy, you know? Oh, and that's the thing is, that's ultimately, that is, like, what it is, but it's been proven by, like, there's a lot of companies out there, game development companies, it's been proven time and time again that communicating is beneficial to the player base. Like, yes, the whole, like, you can definitely do the, like, the shadow dropping, right? I think shadow dropping is fine when you're shadow dropping the launch of a game or a trailer for a game or something. But you shouldn't, because people say, like, people have been saying, like, that whole thing about, like, oh, you know, Bethesda just likes to kind of shadow drop stuff. I don't necessarily think that's the case. Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't mean it doesn't. It just has like it. To be honest, Elevate. It just kind of pushes like these crazy narratives, like Starfield's dying. Starfield is dead. Apologies, the farmer's doing something. If you hear, it's too noisy. I will close the window. It just benefits those sort of people because there's no. You can't really counteract a lot of it. Like that leak that we got proves that the game is not dead and they're still working. But aside from that, we know nothing. You know what I mean? Like it does, it makes you wonder, like I genuinely think that it's not a situation of Bethesda wanting to do a kind of a, you know, like a stealth drop. I think why is the reload animation thing broke? Oh, hello, UC Marines.
I want that target down now.
Like I wonder what happened, you know? Like I think something went on behind the scenes. Oh, the thing is, too, is, like, when you go the route of the Steam thing, it's always, like... it's always, like, Steam's not a great use case because a lot of people who are using Steam will be modding. And then when you start modding, your stats, I don't think, show up as much as people will be using the creation kit, not the creation kit, the script extender. Not to mention, you've got Xbox and PC Game Pass, who most people will be playing on that, you know? Why did you just give up?
You're done.
Hello?
Secure.
All clear. Bring it in, team.
He's done, you heard him. He's like, I have...
You are all
Oh, now.
criminals of the
A bug
highest
field.
rank. The battlefield is your office, and violence is your work.
You were all professionals of the
Remember,
highest rank.
While our method is war,
What's going on here?
our objective is peace.
Oh, Steam does still track? Okay, fair. I do always, like, I think that... Because even... The thing is with the Steam numbers is... Oh. Even if... It is probably Bethesda's least buggy game, you're not wrong. Excuse me. Kind of I think some of the hate it gets, I think, is quite warranted, but that's generally fair. That's generally like, I suppose people don't really consider them in the same boat. You know, people that are like, because generally speaking, people who are just being blatantly negative about Starfield and like not really they're not open to debate or discussion. Yeah, they're just, it's an easy kind of low-hanging fruit, if you will. But there's like so many, you see it constantly with games, and like it's really annoying, to be honest. Because it's like, okay. I wouldn't mind if like someone had played Starfield and just genuinely didn't like it. That's fair. It's like with Fallout 76. With people disliking 76. It's like if you played it and you disliked it, that's fine. But it's always going to be, and it's just a thing of the internet. Like, people like feeling included. They like being part of this whole, like, kind of fuck Starfield club, you know? Hey. Here. Still give us views. Starfield will only be dead when no one talks about it anymore. It makes you, when people don't like a game, they just move on. That's what I mean. Like, and generally that's, because the thing too with, I think, with the numbers that I always find quite interesting is, like, I can see the stats, like, just going off of, like, when I make content and stuff, right? Like, I kind of have, like, you know, my average views and stuff. But when I put up videos, like, talking about, like, Starfield-related news, it generally kind of reaches a larger, you know, viewer base. And I think that obviously, just in my case, like, I think that tells me that there's people that are genuinely interested in jumping back into Starfield, but they're just waiting to see, you know? And I get that. Like, I am a diehard fan of Starfield, you know? Like, I like the shipbuilder. I think the shipbuilder is what kind of keeps me going. But if, like, the shipbuilder wasn't really a big thing for me, I probably wouldn't play it as much because I'd just be waiting to see what's happening. Time to move to the game room. All good, Druid? They hold back information expectation, just go exponentially. They confirm this will work. Starfield. Well, the thing with that, though, Yusuf, is by them saying nothing, the speculation goes crazy. Like, we know they're working on something, and now that we know about that super cruise, like, people are now thinking, Jesus, like, Bethesda, they're cooking, you know, they're like doing like a full fucking 12-course meal, when realistically they may not be. Like, that super cruise may have been like one of the only new things they're going to be adding into the game. We may never know until we know, you know, until we find out the information. Was I looking? Go up there. Main outpost. Over here. Hello there, Tennessee. At this point, most of the attention to everyone comes from fans. Bandwagon moving on. Yeah, I think the new, well, you see it. The thing is, you kind of see it with like every game. Like, it's like, I've been kind of watching some of the Battlefield stuff, because I've been playing Battlefield. I'm a big Battlefield fan. I'm watching like the kind of the player base go from like idolizing and thinking it's the best game ever to now kind of shitting on it. And again, I think there's like validity to, like, you know, anything like that. Hello, Tanner, bro. Thanks to our born stuff. To be honest, I do agree. Like, I didn't really know what roguelites were until I kind of looked into it, and I do agree. Like, having some sort of a kind of a system where, as a Starbone, when you die, you kind of, you know, start back from scratch. Or, like, kind of elements like that, you know, like you spawn in as, like, a different person, stuff like that, or a different perspective. Here's the best of both worlds. You can't see their sales numbers, so you can control... Yeah. Like, I will say there's been a lot of talk recently about Game Pass not being beneficial for Microsoft in the long run. Which, I mean, that was obvious, you know, like, look at companies like Netflix and stuff. Like, they're having to do crazy stuff to try and turn profits, which you could argue there's probably better ways. I'm not a business person. But the idea of, you know, having all of these games in, eventually Game Pass is going to have to change to some extent. Like, I think currently, I believe Xbox are just basically funneling money to it. Nah, he deserved it. He looked at me funny. I like Game Pass, though, don't get me wrong. I think Game Pass is really awesome. I will say, as somebody who has been very much using Game Pass, I don't think the last time I bought a game has been ages. So when a game comes out, it's not on Game Pass, I'm kind of like, fuck.
Get out of here!
Excuse me?
Messing with the fleet? You're funeral.
Hello, robot. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, God. I'm out of... Okay, let me get some trauma packs. I got it. I'm a professional, don't worry. Why? That was, what the fuck was that? That was the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Bro. What? So we've gone back to having crazy heat waves in Ireland. I don't like it. Oh. All right, that's fine. Fucking robots. There's something about Bethesda games ever since Fallout 4. There's like a robot, like the Mr. Gutsies, right? For some reason, they have... Oh, it might be the mag weapon, actually, now I think of it. A full chim run? What's a chim run? Is this what I'm doing? Are we just gonna get spawn killed? I don't fucking think so. Oh, it's because... Fix the... Do you know how to fix the news quest start? What news quest start? Explain that one to me. Oh, it's... Fucking leave me alone. Concept basically, a creature becomes self-aware. Oh. Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? No, 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 no. No. Alright, let me run down here. Leave me alone! Fuck me, there's so many of them. We're going in here. Excuse me. Save. Got him. Alright, fucking try me. With deployment deck. Somebody tells you to talk to the news lady. Is this like a vanilla quest or a mod, Nicholas? Oh god. Hopefully you're feeling better, Zerbus. COVID's no fucking joke. Hopefully you didn't lose your sense of smell or taste. All right, robot, Rover, fucking calm down. All right, Rover, we getting chill here. This fucking robot one-shotting. It's literally, it's like the Mr. Gutsies. They have like a fucking like anti-aircraft like weaponry on it. It like does so much damage. I only use console commands to... This is just kind of more of a playthrough to mess around while I chat. I don't like normally cheesing. It probably is AP rounds. Alright, can we like... I'm stuck in a bathroom here. What the fuck? I don't believe so. I think I have the weapon perks though. Hello. You're gonna get yourself killed. Oh, am I? I love this. I really like this legendary effect. The knockdown is so much fucking fun. All right. You're done. It's on extreme. Yes, I am playing on extreme. That's why a lot of things are gonna be very tanky. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum. There's a new Jurassic Park single-player survival game coming out. I think so. I think, well, the thing is, I feel like Bethesda, when Bethesda did their most recent patch, I think they unintentionally, or maybe intentionally, changed some of the legendary effects. Because I've been basically rocking the Long Fang since, well, basically since like Shattered Space. And I've noticed it's now will consistently knock people down. I got this! Oh my god, you're okay. Had enough? Oh, it's still not a release date. It looks quite good. Like, I've always been a fan of dinosaurs. I think most people are. You know, you grow up watching Jurassic Park. And while Ark being a really cool game, Ark obviously gets a bit questionable when you have a lot of people involved. The people are assholes. Call of Melee Pass, waiting out Worlds 2. There will be a lot of Outer Worlds 2 stuff at Gamescom, so we'll definitely see that at Gamescom, which will be good. These enemies are so fucking tanky. I don't, probably not. I've always wanted to get into the Metal Gear games, but I've never really been a huge fan. Come on. Fucking. Oh. Alright, well, be here a while. Alright, I'm pushing. Alright, ladies, fucking relax yourself. You, on your arse. Thank you. Get spawn camped up, bitch. Sucks to be you, am I right? Knock this guy down.
Light him up!
Is it because he's legendary? Aha. Gotta love them ragdoll. Well, that's I just play it just for the challenge and the occasional comedic death. Oh, 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 oh. It is carrying me. Those are the no ratings, only wishes. Ah.
Watch my back!
Yeah, like I seen some, they were talking about it, but it probably won't be out for a while then. Excuse me. We can put some on and see. We'll find a thingy in a minute. Excuse me. Ah, I got you. Oop, 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 oop. Oh, also because it's flechette rounds, and flechette does bleed damage. It's like it can trigger again. Like, you know how sometimes they'll go to get up and then get knocked back down? Not always, obviously, but. Here's me. Here's me. Oh, this is vanilla. We're using flechette rounds though. It's making them bleed. Or flechette. Flechette. Your French, you'd say flechette, maybe. I always love flechettes. Battlefield, the Dow with flechette rounds on Operation Metro. It was good night to any team you got behind. There's a lot of enemies still. I wonder, I have to reach out to Hara and ask him would he be willing to add the stock as like an option, like a foldable. I haven't played it much this week. I played it last week with my girlfriend. My girlfriend's currently she's sick, so she hasn't got to play. I didn't want to play without her because that's kind of our game. But I'm watching like clips of it. And it's like people are complaining about the small map, and but people are saying, oh, it's still good, and I'm like, I just want to get in and fucking play it. Like, I will say, I am really, one of the things I'm the most excited about for the game is the level of customization for the weapons. I think Call of Duty hit a home run when they added that what was it, like there's a term for it, I think, but I can't remember what the name was. But basically that whole like system where you could heavily customize the weapons, so fucking cool. And I like that they're doing like a kind of a similar system where like you have to kind of balance the cost. Oh. Here's me. This is... might lower the difficulty just a little bit against these parts. What Kremlin's Black Science is nice. The Black Side, which I love, Root Tomorrow, is very cool. There's so much into it, because I was like... You get like a book, right? And it shows you like how many Shellfield, honestly. You'll get like a book and it tells you how many like customizations, because you can like unlock loads of different perks and stuff. And honestly, there's probably thousands. I was like, holy shit. Like, very, very cool. Also, the I have done a review of the infantry fighting rifle. I noticed a bug in it, and I let the mod author know, so hopefully it should be fixed. But again, they're just waiting on support. Support to take their time and put it through. Where are we going? Where are we going? Hello. Be nice. Customization for characters. Never stick to military here with some how it's supposed to recon. Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I'm not against the kind of like if they do they're gonna do microtransactions. They're definitely gonna do. Please do watch it after the stream. Thank you. Yeah, like they're gonna do microtransactions. Like they're gonna have the battle pass, and I don't mind it. I do agree though. I would like to see some like, you know, let you kind of customize a little bit. You know, like the helmet and like the uniform and stuff. But obviously, I realize that like probably not as many people want that sort of stuff. People are just like, let me get in the game and shoot things. I do hope they fix the helicopter. Nice, nice X. It's nice to get some like actual clothes in the game, because like when I do like my thumbnails for like for the guns and stuff, I try to like match the guns to like the, you know, and there's so many or not a lot of clothes. Well, there is, but there isn't. Do you have many mods, Nicholas? I've seen a few people say they've been having issues with it. Generally, it's one of those mods that it's probably going to conflict with things. Where are we? Let's let me press my to the lodge button. Voila. Battle pass systems like Halo Infinite, where you can switch between battle passes. Oh, I doubt it. I think it's gonna be exactly like it was before. The Western. Ooh, neon theme would be very, very cool. Plans of it about mention being finicky with loader. Yeah. And that's the thing is like with it being the sort of mod where like it adds a lot, you know, like it POIs, it's got quests, it's got new NPCs, new weapons, you know, like it's got new like perks technically in, you know, terms of like the stats and stuff. So there is like an awful lot. And this is the other thing too, where like issue with Infinite is that the color red is 7. Well, now technically speaking, you can get the color red, but to be honest, I don't necessarily mind the shader system in Halo Infinite. I think like I liked the shader system in Destiny. That being said, give us, you know, you are right, give us like basics for free, which to be fair they did do later on. I just think I'm kind of getting sick of games, specifically Halo, which, like, you look at previous Halos, like Halo 5, or sorry, Halo 4, Halo Reach, all them sort of games. Like, your Spartan, like, Halo is about two things, you know, shooting the bad guys and bringing you kind of good PvP, while also, you know, customizing your Spartans to look really cool. Well, no, they brought it in like, one of the earlier seasons. Hold on. What was the joke? Let me in. You think extreme difficulty is viable for actual gameplay? Not really. Honestly, no. I think extreme difficulty is only there if you're looking to kind of challenge yourself. Like if you want to, if you're the sort of person that likes to tell your friends that you beat Dark Souls, then you will, you know, that's the sort of thing. Like if you're like streaming or kind of doing like videos or stuff, or even if you just, yeah. But like, well, no, I to be honest, I despise the how they do the microtransaction system. like with Halo. Like I think I wouldn't have minded like if they were to monetize like shaders to an extent and maybe like other things, but like monetizing armors is just really annoying. Like it's all fun and games when you're playing Halo until Infinite, until your like favorite armor pops up in the store and it's like €20. The other thing too is like, in the punchline joke was more effective because it was offering a basic. Oh, that's well. They do that like they do that over here. Like Starfield's all it's all like, oh, do you want a single black skin for one weapon? It's like, Bethesda, you're worth fucking billions. Make a full set. We've got mod authors doing it for free. Why the fuck are you not? You know? Oh yeah, like I agree 100%. Like it was awesome having armors that you had to like earn, and like there's no, I don't know, I think that was one of the, like that was probably one of the, because I think Infinite had like some decent things going for it. Like I did like how the multiplayer felt. I still think Halo 5 multiplayer was the best in my opinion, though I know probably controversial, but I just liked that Spartans felt fast. Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't doubt that, Kaiju. Like I was a big fan of Void Dancer in Halo 5, and I had a feeling eventually it'll probably come to the store, but it'll be expensive. Like if you're the sort of person that wears multiple, you know, armor suit and multiple armor configurations, the Battlefield agent, yeah, make sure the apps overlays and disable some reasons limit CPU. Oh, thank you for letting me know. I love Halo's firefight. The thing is I loved Warzone. I thought like Warzone was like one of the best additions to Halo. And I like really think that like they could have went a lot further with it. Just because like I don't know, I feel like in this day and age, having a game mode that caters to both like the kind of the hardcore PvP players while also PvE players and kind of bringing them together, it's kind of why I love DMZ and COD, because you'd kind of get a mix of people. Invasion was quite good, was honestly one of the, actually I agree, one of the cooler things that came with it. I disagree, Kaiju. Like I personally think that like 343, you know, there's some things they obviously missed out on, but like one of the things I'll give it to them is they actually care about the storyline and lore of Halo. Like Bungie, the very last book, or the Bungie's last iteration into Halo, they basically retconned Eric Nyland's work. Like he is literally the kind of the godfather of Halo lore, and they're like, yeah, fuck you, fuck your lore that we asked you to write years ago. Whereas like 343 has like done, there's been so much lore written now. Well, thanks to Halo Studios now, not 343. Like I've read almost all the books. I need to catch up. Obviously, as you know, people who just like Halo as a shooter game probably don't give two shits about the lore, but which is fair.
Okay.
I don't know. I have faith. See, this is the thing is, I have faith in Bethesda giving us ship parts, right? So that means I'm probably the most stupidly optimistic person you'll ever. There's probably I need to create like a new word, like something that's more optimistic than an optimist, you know? But I have hope. I just hope that... Hello there, Mona. That's probably fair. Delusional. How are you, Mona?
Hailing unknown
How
vessel.
goes it?
Colonists here in distress. We could really use your help.
This is...
Please respond.
Show you service. This is... What is it called? Dark Universe Overtime. It's a free mod that basically adds a shit ton of new...
Good luck out there.
shit ton of new weapon or missions. It's very, very nice. Delusional is probably fair. And I just hope that one day game companies realize that we will willingly give them money. They don't need to nickel and dime us or like try to pull the wool over our eyes. Like I and many others would probably have no issue, you know, paying for like a Wasteland Workshop style DLC every couple of months that adds like ship parts and ship manufacturers, or you know, settlement mechanics and settlement settlement parts. It is good to be optimistic, Mona, but I feel like I'm setting myself up for downfall. Because realistically, oh, this is a very heavy planet. 1.7 G's? Fucking Jesus Christ. The price Mariner, I instantly knew the value of the ship has a little bit off, but I still hope to drop some hab packages. Well, the thing is, hello there, Styles. The thing is, I don't really mind them, like, the idea, like, that Bethesda need to stop doing the paid mods. Yeah, it's fucking, yeah. Knees are gonna be broken. Like, they need to just put them in the store, you know? Like, the Mariner Hab, gonna be honest with you, definitely wasn't fucking worth the price. Yeah. Like, I'm using it in my recap videos now just to get some fucking value out of them, you know? Trying to fucking put it on my tax bracket and try to get a tax write-off. But yeah, like, that was like, but, and the thing is, right, some people have speculated that the reason Bethesda priced them so high is to try and like subconsciously make you want to buy the paid mods by independent modders. Personally, while I think it's possible, I really hope that's not the case, because that's fucking stupid. All good, Styles, you're actually working, that's fair. Shareholder, this shit with shareholders, right? It's fucking annoying. Like, I realize businesses and stuff, and you know, they need to make profits, and that's fine. But it's like, why? Like, it's just like fucking stupid. They haven't done Trackers Alliance, and I do agree. Like, the Trackers Alliance, I thought that was going to be like a thing that Bethesda were going to do, where like every time there was like a new update, like, you know, they would add a mission, you know? And in hindsight, again, I think that realistically the Trackers Alliance was probably put out as a way for mod authors to basically make paid mods, like, oh, just do Trackers Alliance paid mod, which is kind of hilarious, because I think there's maybe been 1 or 2 Trackers Alliance based mods. None of them have been paid. I can imagine the scene where you're trying to explain to the government official, like, you don't get it, it's a spaceship, genuine wooden walls. It is a framework. That's what I mean. It's a framework. So yeah, they could easily have done a 3 mission pack every few months. That's what I mean. It's like companies are moving on to this kind of model, right? Where they're like the live service sort of games where, like, we'll have a microtransaction store. You know, they're basically the paid mod store, right? And like, we're going to use that to fund these updates. And like, realistically, depending on, look at Destiny, right? A lot of the time when updates were super lackluster, or seasons were lackluster, it was because the previous season didn't make them as much money, you know, because people weren't buying them Tess Eververse shaders. But I think I would speak for a lot of people, and maybe you guys can agree with me here. Bring back the old models of like paid DLC, like, you know, the 10-15 euro DLC every 2 to 3 months. The expansions, you know, the $30 expansions, which they're still doing, I think. You still here, Mona? You need to stay around. Not the same without you in chat bullying me. You seem to be gauging, but they're mixed. Yeah. Like, I think people have no problem paying money for content, you know? And even that's why, like, I feel like why the stuff with paid mods gets more egregious, because of the lack of content, people will turn to paid mods because they see it as like, oh, this you know, this must be official because, like, Bethesda had to sign off on it. And, like, we have a saying in Ireland called "you're pissing against the wind," right? Basically what that means is you're just, there's no, you can, if you want to bully me, you can. Basically you're wasting your time doing something. And, like, I've tried to kind of highlight to people, so would I, Tenebro, so would I. But I've tried to explain to people that just because a mod is paid does not mean you're going to get Bethesda level content. You know, sometimes you will. Most of the time you're not. And to be fair, Bethesda level content, what is that these days? I don't fucking know. There was a time you just end up with wet, yeah. Or sometimes if you open your mouth, I guess it comes elsewhere. That's what I mean, like, in the Fallout DLCs, they were a good idea. And, like Todd himself said, he wished that he could have kind of did farm, or did McLaren's, very, very true, McLaren's is very good. Like, he said he wished he could have, like, kept the making content for Skyrim. It's like, you have this chance with Starfield. That was your game plan with Starfield. Like, I really hope that this, this reason, you know, behind, like, them being radio silent is just that something, again, I think, like, something happened, like, maybe they bit off more than they could chew, or, like, something, you know, maybe they wanted to kind of go back and fix something, and that's why they've been quiet, because they've basically been trying to get ahead of, like, you know, work or whatever, and that they're going to go back to this whole thing of putting out content on a kind of somewhat timely schedule, doing their Vidoc videos where they interview members of the staff of Bethesda and get their insight, because I love that sort of stuff too. Excuse me. But it's just, yeah, it's so warm. Alright, I cleared out this planet. Where am I going next? Ursa Major. Alright, we're going to Ursa Major. Ground control to Ursa Major.
Really feel like the current corporate structure that hampers them doing passion things you saw is their creation pricing isn't.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. I would put money on that being a big factor. And to be honest, it's like, if you look at any gaming, like, unfinished hangar, if you look at any, like, kind of examples, like Destiny, like, the devs have basically, the lower level devs and the creative devs and basically everyone who's not the money, you know, the suits, admitted that the suits are ruining it, you know? Like, the fact that I think that, was it they basically, the developers of Destiny had to fight these suits to basically, they had to fight them to basically convince them not to put in certain things and not to nickel and dime. To be fair, Noob, there is developers out there that are kind of, they're cooking, you know, that they're doing a good job. There's, you know, like, you've got Larian, they're doing a good job with Baldur's Gate, you know. You've got Helldivers, despite having to fucking fight Sony constantly.
There's no matching pack. It works for the base Constellation pack.
That might be an oversight. Hello there, Wiz. Welcome. Because I realize, you know, you need money to make the world go round, but, like, you don't need that much fucking money.
Problem is, Palstar for me left breaches for paid mods and act like they're saving the game. They're happy with these.
And yeah, like, you're not wrong, Mona. Like, there's a lot of people I see that will kind of blatantly defend. Hey, and look, I am a believer in paid mods. I think paid mods are, like, a good idea. But when, like, some of the slop that comes out of it, and, like, you have people, like, in the trenches defending this slop, and I'm like, who the fuck is paying you? This is dog shit. You're being brainwashed, you know? Yeah, Larian isn't, which is a weird one. And that kind of, slightly off topic, I'm a little worried, because Exodus, I'm a big fan of, new kind of Destiny-style game.
Revenue is camped and full of unpaid mods.
Well, I try to be the voice of reason, Mona, and highlight whenever people kind of go a little bit. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, obviously, but I do agree, like, there is apologies, I'm hiccuping. There is situations where it's like there's a okay, let me finish what I was saying before, because so Exodus, new game coming out by some ex-Mass Effect developer, or ex-Bioware Mass Effect developers, look really cool. It's basically being developed partially by Wizards of the Coast. Now, I have heard Wizards of the Coast are very, very, very sketchy developers, and that was part of the reason why Baldur's Gate or Larian moved away, because of how they were handled. Don't know how true this is with that kind of thing. Anyway, but yeah, there's the real mods do rise to the top. Well, the thing is, Kingath, obviously, you know, great team, but there's other teams out there, and other individual modders out there that do really good work.
This is by creations that put out. I just thought safer buying.
Yeah, to be honest, Revers, is that so fucking big?
They're independent model. There's there more money.
Why are you so fucking? You're gonna one-shot me.
You can bring up, but you can try bring up oversight directly in the team.
That is true.
Is everyone? People hate.
So yeah, because I knew a little bit of Wizards of the Coast just because they're Magic the Gathering, aren't they? Why are you so big?
The narrative independent mod authors deserve more money.
Well, see, the thing is, and I'm going to be honest with you, right? Again, this is like one of those instances where Crimson doesn't know. What? From a traveler to NASA with same POIs is crazy gay work. Can you explain to me, Revan, what defines working being gay? Is that a misspelling? But I don't know like the ins and out of, like, you know, how much money is being kind of made with mod authors. I don't know what the percentage is. I'm going to assume it's not 50-50, I don't think. But that being said, like, when you have like a company like Kingath, right? So they're a studio, or they're like a small development team. You know, they could make indie games they want to. They're that talented. Like, games, I almost say indie games. I feel like these days indie games have changed. But like, when they price their stuff, they price it at a point where like they feel like, you know, they're gonna make money off of it, you know? And like, when you see people that are like, it's like, yeah, I agree. I think mod authors should be able to, like, reputable mod authors should definitely be able to make money on, you know, on their work. That's why, like, I'm a big fan of, like, you know, seeing mod authors, you know, that kind of bounce between doing free and paid. But it's always a difficult one, though, because, like, as easy as it is to make a general blanket statement, you never want to, and I never want to. But there is definitely bad eggs in the paid mod area, you know? And I think for the most part, I think that overall, I want to say, see, it's a hard one, because I would argue that maybe paid mods, like, I feel like it's probably had a net positive on the game. Would it be net? I'm just in my head. I'm just trying to like think up of like the paid mods I reviewed that were problematic versus what. Like, I've reviewed more mods that, like, you know, weren't broken, but I guess a mod not necessarily being broken. Oh, I agree. I agree with that 100%, Mona. Like, I think that I honestly, like, people have said, like, you know, there's been rumors that Bethesda were intending on kind of using the paid mod as a way to basically fund the game and keep the game going while they kind of release their expansions. So basically what people are saying is Bethesda let mod authors handle, you know, most of the content aside from the big expansions, and in turn Bethesda handle the bug fixes and the big expansions. Now I'm going to be honest with you, I would like to think that's not the case, because I think that would be very stupid. Because one, while mods are very cool, I would much rather content from Bethesda than mods, paid mods, because it's like, there's a lot of paid mods out there that are like, you know, we'll give it a 5 out of 10. You know, they're solid. You know, they're not nothing groundbreaking. But like, a lot of paid mods don't follow the Bethesda formula very well. Like, you look at some of like the quest mod we've got, and again, no disrespect to the quest mod authors specifically. Excuse me. Well, see, ultimately, with that sort of stuff, it just comes down to Bethesda. Like, Bethesda, in a way, this is probably a bit extreme. In a way, Bethesda have their boot on the neck of Starfield, right? And it's just hovering there. And every time, you know, every week we go without any talk about new content and stuff, it's like that boot, that heel. I don't know if I've never actually choked someone out of my foot. Do you put the heel or do you put the, I'm assuming the heel. But that heel's getting closer and closer to that. You stamp on the jugular? Again, sorry, this is very... But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say here is, it like with my paid rod reviews, and I talk shit about paid mods that are dog shit, it's Bethesda. Like, Bethesda, this game will live or die based on Bethesda, and currently they're doing a very piss-poor job at keeping it alive. And yeah, they promised 10 years of support. They did. And I'm going to be honest with you, that was one of the reasons I was like so hyped for it, because I've wanted stuff like that. There's nothing I love more with Bethesda games, because I know Bethesda can write, they do good jobs of the content. You know, hopping in Fallout 4, playing Fallout 4, like, you know, playing through the vanilla and then learning about the new expansions, the storylines coming. I'm like, cool, you know, I'm gonna, you know, play on a new character and get them prepped for the DLC, and then the DLC comes out and I play that. You know, it's like a kind of a cycle where, like, it keeps me interested. There's always something to look forward to. It feels like my character is progressing, like he's actually kind of making a name for himself. And by them promising that with Starfield, and then, like, realistically, while we did get content before Shattered Space, it was very lackluster. Sold it as a AAA price, the price I expect. Well, to be honest, Yusuf, I think that the way, but like, when this game launched, I do think it was worth the money for it. You know, I do think it is a AAA game. I know it had some minor hiccups and stuff, but I think you got your money's worth. I certainly did, just off of the shipbuilding alone. Now, obviously, if you came in here and you're not a fan of shipbuilding and you're looking for a more kind of like, you know, Bethesda kind of storytelling and stuff, maybe, you know, you mightn't have gotten the best experience. I know people want ESO 6 or ES6, but that's still a long way off. And again, like, you look at some of what, like, right, look at mod authors, right? You've got Zone, right? And again, this is not to say, like, I like Zone's new mod, by the way, obviously. But single dude, right? Made a paid mod. And he brought us in new factions, new weapons, new environments, new POIs. That's one person, right? I'm assuming it was Zone on their own. One person, right? Yeah, they are bigger than normal. What the fuck? So you're telling me, right? The guys at Bethesda who are getting paid decent money and have a background and know exactly how to do everything. You know, they don't have to jump through hoops like mod authors. They know what they're doing. They can't do that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, people have been mentioning the, like, whole, like, oh, a lot of the reason was probably because of the voice actor strike. Ship parts don't need fucking voices. It'd be cool, but they don't need voices. Like, the thing is like, it wouldn't have been hard. Like, you could literally have, like, one guy at fucking Bethesda just... Oh, anyone that mocks the shipbuilding is... I'm gonna be honest with you. Starfield may be in a position where it's probably not... It's probably not even, like, in the top 100 games, like, of the, you know, of 20... Of, like, 20... Let's say the 2020s or whatever. But I think shipbuilding is probably one of the coolest mechanics we have seen in a game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's just... There's just something... I want to see more games copy this style. I really like the idea of kind of being able to customize your own... The best discussion on the internet. Welcome, Zabatsu. Well, if you're willing to play for more than 1,000 hours and complain it's not worth it, I don't know. Well, that's what I mean, because, like, you can obviously... Like, if you're playing for that long, right? Like, even if... Realistically... If you buy the game for $60 at launch and you get at least 60 hours out of it, you're getting more value for your money than anything else, right? Like, you're getting, let's say, euro an hour. Like, I'm up on thousands. Like, my play time is in the like cent per hour sort of thing. The same, like, the ship parts is like, I just like building a ship, you know? It does get weird, obviously, because, like, but gaming power for power, I believe, is one of the cheapest forms of entertainment. I believe. I mean, you could obviously go to festivals for free, but that's, you know. Oh, there 100% is. Now, the thing is, though, is as you play through the game, you will notice there is lacking features. You know what I mean? Like, there's things like, an example is like the POI system. Wouldn't have minded the POI system if it was on more kind of outlandish planets, but I personally believe all of the planets in the settled system. Well, gaming, like, it has gotten expensive, but again, I don't think it's as like, yes, I know there's the whole thing of, you know, they're increasing the price of games, and, like, I will say it's tone deaf when you have people like that one guy from Borderlands, who's telling people to basically, you know, oh, true fans will find a way. I understand the base building has a little better than in this game. Well, if you mean the outpost building, Jesse, that's because it's fucking not existed. But if you mean the shipbuilding, yeah. Yeah, like, I do think that, like, an example is, like, that the settled system should not have been POI. There should have been procedurally generated POI. Like, they should have been handcrafted. Again, like, you've got individual modders, like, making free mods, right? Like, free POIs. You've got the... Is it Monkey making the paid Frontier mods? Like €100 per really well done fucking POI. You're telling me you couldn't have, like, a team of 10 people, like, just give each of them a planet and just be like, all right, you've got a month, fill this planet with some POIs, you know, or like, you know, maybe that's too little, maybe that's not, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like, again, it's like Bethesda. They're a AAA fucking studio. Exactly. More. See, I don't mind the randomly generated stuff. Like, out in the edges, fine, you know. But one of the things I liked about how Shattered Space, and I think Shattered Space doesn't get enough credit in this regard, is the way the Dazra was set up. You had all these kind of handcrafted settlements, you know, bouncing around monuments, caves, structures, stuff. You know, I like Starfield too. Could just mess things up in a way. It doesn't help some of the POIs were made. It's limited to... Yeah, like the limited to the biomes is kind of a bit, yeah, I've probably spent about the same. It's fucking
Expensive parts if you're taking the chance. You hate in 3 hours or play it.
Well, the thing, generally speaking, I don't know about Xbox, but on Steam, you can return a game after a amount of time. I kind of wish I got the watch, but apparently the watch breaks a lot. I don't know how true that is. Flippy has it. Doesn't use it, though. He brags to me about it.
They damn near need to reveal Starfield nor the back.
To be honest, Abatsu, I think that if they can just show people that they're committed to content, like a big free update would be a massive boon. Like, I've been saying it. I think a lot of people have been kind of thinking it. Like, trailer, update, massive update, overhauls systems, adds new stuff, new weapons, new armor, new ship parts, free, as a kind of a, you know, thank you to people who are still playing and to get people in. Trailer for the new expansion that's going to be paid. Trailer for the PlayStation launch, right? In this order, we're going, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a roadmap of what's to come. If they can hit that, and they can hit each one of them goals in a timely fashion, they're gonna double, triple their numbers overnight. And you may say, well, Crimson going from 100 to 200 is not a big jump, but there's a lot. I would argue that there's the amount of players we have now, there's probably 2 to 3 times that numbers just waiting and watching and hoping Starfield gets better. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of agree, Random. Like, I'm a purveyor of the collector. You still there, Mon? Have you dipped? I'm a purveyor of the collector's editions games, and they're very, yeah, like Bethesda. Come on, and the weird thing is they'll put out cool kind of prop sort of stuff, like they have like with Fallout. Remember Fallout 4? What was the collector's edition? There was it was a Pip-Boy, which was arguably kind of cool, but like they had like plasma weapons, stuff like that. To me, the major city was more neon. It's empty in Aquila. Well, Aquila being a kind of a big clusterfuck in the first place of like, and by that I mean it runs very poorly, and it's, you know, oh, nice X. I've been debating. I kind of want to buy it just to have it, you know, just be like, yeah, that's me. I had that. What do you mean the main quest leads to... Well, you don't have to. All right, then, bro. Catch you later. 5K on Steam right now, which isn't too bad. Well, the thing, too, right, is... They could, like, again, they could easily, like... Like, if they... I guarantee you, if they just do a kind of that whole... Hello there, welcome. You didn't miss too much. If they were to stick to that whole idea of just basically, you know... The gamepad. I fucking love the controller, but it got stick drift. Xbox, you need to invest in fucking Hall effect joysticks. I've been using a GameSir controller and it's just changed my mind completely. I'm in love with it. Sponsor me, please, so I can give away free controllers, GameSir. I tried reaching out, but apparently I'm, you know, they're like, oh, yeah, I'm a content creator. Oh, what game do you cover? Starfield, like crickets. They didn't actually say that. But the... I haven't finished watching all the Short Space yet, but you're damn right. It's impressive. They did. They really did. And, like, there's certain elements, obviously, no ship parts is, like, one of the biggest one, but I still like to argue that they probably didn't know if ships were going to do as well because the settlement system. Like, I love the settlement system, but I feel like a lot of people... Yeah, they do. And it's really... Coming from a company like Xbox, considering, again... I'm not sponsored by GameSir, but I would highly recommend. Currently, they only have wired controllers, but they have Hall effect triggers, joysticks. You can get clicky mechanical buttons. They come with extra. Oh, honestly, yeah, Zaibatsu, I've had an Elite Series 1 break, an Elite Series 2 break. They're currently GameSir are making their version of Elite controller. That's, I think it's currently, for some reason, because they're like partnered with Xbox, they can only do wired on Xbox, but they can do wireless and Bluetooth on... 3 years is fucking phenomenal, Zaibatsu. I got 3 fucking months out of mine. The worst Christmas ever. Burning dogs raining. And again, I think to be fair, Revan, I think a lot of that is to do with the scope. Like Bethesda were aiming, they were trying to go very grand. Like they wanted the world, you know, like, oh, thousands of, you know, planets or hundreds of planets and stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. But yeah, no, it was a shit show. It was a fucking shit show. And then I didn't refund it originally, and then I got the Series 2 when it came out. That broke like 4 months in, got a refund or a replacement. The replacement one broke in the same fucking place like 2 months in. Couldn't get a replacement for that because it was already a replacement. So I'm just fuck it. Yeah, like GameSir have like, they have basically the equivalent of an Elite controller that they're working on, and I want to say it's like $100, €100, which is already cheaper than the Elites. I don't know how they could do ship parts right like a brand new. Well, just more parts, you know, like add more parts to the just add more parts to the base game. Oh yeah, it's crazy to me because it's like I think the only controller I've gotten that I actually liked and worked really well was I got the PUBG controller, and my god, that thing was a beast. It had like fucking textured triggers, textured grips, really cool. It is, but like, see, the other thing too is I feel like they probably are banging on like a lot of people. Well, anything really. Like, to be honest, at the very least, I would like Bethesda to take inspiration from what mod authors have been attempting to do and make it so all the parts of the game currently can be flipped in a 3-dimensional way. You know? Let me put, like, the wings on the side, on the top, going out lengthways, you know, going up and down. Let me flip the landing gear, flip the engines, like, stuff like that at the very minimum. That'd be cool, you know? See, this is the only thing though with like Trident. Yes, Trident needs to fucking they need to get their shit together. Like the thing too with Mass Effect, right? And the reason Mass Effect kind of succeeds at it, it's in 4 days. Yes, isn't it 4 days? Hell yeah. Are you sure it's not more than 4 days? There's 2 days of it. Knowing my look, because I'm gonna stream it, obviously. You know, I'm gonna. The Razor Wolverine is one. Binary told me about that controller, and I've always kind of wanted to get it, but with the issue I have with the Elite controller, it just kind of sat a little bit outside my budget. I didn't really want to drop a whole lot of money on it. It is very expensive, but apparently Razer, the thing is, I like Razer products, but they kind of are like way too fucking expensive. Like, it's like, come on now, Razer. Plus, they're like predominantly like a PC company. So, like, I wanted to get my girlfriend a pair of their, because they have, like, headphones with, like, the cat ears, just for the memes. But, like, they don't have the Xbox version. Oh. Can you put... see, I don't know if you can put Hall Effect. I was like so confused there what you meant. I was like, I love what Russia brought us. Like, the fuck you mean Russia? The fuck is Russia bringing us? Is that why fucking Putin was coming over to fucking Anchorage? Is he bringing them ship parts with him? Anyone confirm that? See, I don't think Trident was cut. I just think like Bethesda probably put them in, like, there's a lot of stuff in there that's more likely. This is a Spaz 12 mod. This is by Hara. This is the, let me show you. I have done a review of it. It's a very nice mod. Part of the negotiations, yeah. We need those fucking ship parts. Where is it? Valor Armaments 03. Very nice shotgun.
Anything I can help you with?
Yeah, I want to build a ship. Up, budget, just over raised up. Yeah, see, that's the thing, and like, I know there's also I know people are like SteelSeries, but I've had so much trouble. I mean, my microphone is SteelSeries, but that's only because they wouldn't refund me actual money for my fucking SteelSeries headphones. So I had to get this and a mouse that I sold. Yeah, like it's... I think like with Trident and a lot of that stuff, I think it's there but like when Bethesda's like, you know, doing their stuff, they probably have a load of ideas for potential DLCs and they leave them in as a kind of a like, we will hopefully get to this. Like, I think in a perfect world, if Bethesda are going to, you know, not shit the bed, which I don't think they will, I think we're going to be getting mechs at some point. I think that we're going to be getting M-class shipbuilding at some point. I think we will at some point get maybe a DLC / expansion tied to the mechs properly, where you go back in time to the Colony Wars. Bethesda, as they have been pre-planned DLC since Oblivion. That's what I mean, but the only concern with it comes is the fact that it's been like a year since Shattered Space, and finish, yeah. Overhaul the fucking melee system, please. But like, there hasn't been even like a single ship part, Bethesda. Hello there, Don. Welcome. Like, Bethesda know the stats. They know people play the fucking shipbuilder. Give us our fucking ship parts. You know? I want to build a nice ship. The ship parts that come with the Avantech are pretty fucking funny. They're like proper, like industrial girders and stuff. I'd like to modify. I'd like to buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
The victors returns to... Oh. Hello, Don. Welcome. See, the thing is would time travel, though? You had the Mariner Hab. Yeah. That's fair. Let's not talk about the Mariner Hab, okay? I would have rather paid €10 for a set of fucking wings. See, the thing is, though, is the fact that they're working on the Super Cruise and space in general... Yes, the $10 hab. Makes me think that, like, because I've always said, and I think a lot of people, again, I always say but it's you know, I'm a hive mind at this point. We all think the same. Make it so that M-class ships can't land on planets. You have to have, like, shuttles. And make it, like, kind of like a fleet carrier, like Elite Dangerous fleet carriers. Like, where you can spec it for, you want to spec it for combat. You want it, yeah, I bought it too, Lee. You're going to be seeing a lot of my videos, because I need to get that money back. Should have been. It really should have been a whole set. Like, it's kind of crazy that it wasn't. It's like, I'm trying to think. Like, what's a good example? Because I was going to compare like to the fucking the ancient. No, what is it? What was it? The one you mentioned it there, random. The fucking. The mining suit that they say is unisex, right? Look, and I'm comfortable in my sexuality. But I would not walk around with my belly button hanging out. That's just me, okay? So Bethesda, you putting unisex on that title is bullshit, okay? Like, the fuck. Also, it is like a really cool jacket. Why can't I wear it up? Like, for what was the price? Like, I think it was like 400 credits? You could have had a version where the fucking jacket's up, you know? Like, come on, Bethesda, what the fuck? Does need to be space. Yeah, spaceport build. That's what I mean. Like having like that they require like so much like, you know, people to run. Missing the belly button piercing. So I mean, though, it's kind of like Bethesda. What the fuck? Like the only good paid mod they did was Escape, and like. I want more of that, but I don't want it on the fucking creation store. Leave the creation store to the mod authors, you know? Or they forget how to make payment. No, they use dirt, okay? They like to remember that they're one with the world. Let's get out a watchdog.
Okay, no problem.
See, I'm wondering they charged. It should have been 110. I think it was only one. Oh, whoops. Hello there, Nogroth. Welcome. See, that's the other thing, though. Hello, Hollow. Didn't miss too much. Just the usual stuff. Like, I want to know who at Bethesda gave the go-ahead to remove the legendary, like, chest duplication spawn thing and the loot chest. Who? Why? It's a fucking single-player game, Bethesda. And again, you're not wrong in that, Eclipse, but at the same time, I just think it just seems very, like... I don't mind the free mods, you know? Like, I don't mind that, but paid mods, put them on the fucking store. Well, the reason behind the lack of gore, Zaibatsu, is because of how the space suit system works. It messes with the skeleton. And they would have to, like... I know that mod author is they've kind of tweaked a way in. But yeah, it's like, there's a lot that, like, again, I'd love to see someone sit down with Todd Howard and just kind of... basically just... like, the fuck happened? You know, like... Why is the melee, like, quite lackluster? Like, why didn't you incorporate some of the melee stuff from Skyrim? You know, why can't we ride fucking Xenos, you know? Where's the ship parts? Did I mention lack of ship parts? I have an idea for a ship. Sit down if you've agreed to. Oh, Mary, I'll take one for the team. We are the ship power mafia, 100%. The ship powers Todd Chase literally. No, don't say that. I like the more PG leaning as opposed to say Fallout. Well, again, that's, to be honest, that's another another thing. Like I think Bethesda intentionally wanted the game probably be more kind of space exploration, kind of, you know, that sort of vibe. Where's my rideable space giraffe? Exactly. Could a modder take? No, it wouldn't work like that. Ooh. Actually, I don't know. I don't think so. The only thing I can, like, remember, or, like, the only valid thing I could think of was when the guy who did the that, like, monk paid mod, monk combat, I'm pretty sure he was using a spell from like the paralysis spell. The creature in the proper ending, forget the microbe, I'm looking at you. Hey, don't be disrespecting Thera Morgan. It's not her fault, okay? She's just different. Just believes in different things. Do you believe in life after love? I made a board cube. You put it all inside the reactor? All good, Rivers. Have a good one. You did. Welcome. We're gonna be shipbuilding and talking shit about Starfield. Yeah, it's kind of shocking they didn't. Also, why the fuck is Kaiser not a companion? Like I'm gonna be honest with you, right? The people that are QA testing the paid mods, are they the same people QA testing the game? Who the fuck played through that quest line and didn't be like, Mr. Todd, why can't Kaiser be my companion? Like, Vasco's cool and all, right? But, like, I want Kaiser. I know it wasn't received well, but the way everything is set up, Starfield, I can't imagine it as a MMO. So I think Russian robot friend. Hello there, comrade. Sorry, that was offensive to what if we had two robot buddies and they just arm wrestled? I like how my game is really told way outside the mass balance conversation. Just let herself in anyway. Yeah. You should just give Starfield the guys to do. No. Bethesda, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Bethesda can do it, right? I know they could do it because, well, they're Bethesda, right? Like, it's... See, you kind of see that a lot in other kind of franchises where they kind of like, you know, like, oh, they should just like, there's a time people are like saying like, oh, they should just give Halo to Call of Duty, and I'm like, are you brain dead? You lack oxygen. The fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, and that's the thing. It does seem like that. It does seem like they don't fucking want to. Like, what's stopping them from doing fucking ship parts? Or what? You can save the bad guy from your sniper shot. What mod gives you? So there's a couple. There's better ship flip parts by Rooks, and then there's SMSEX. Yes, that is the name of it. Starfield could have Fallout 4 Automaton style. They could and should have. What you were saying though, Prismatica, what you were saying about the multiplayer and stuff, I think a lot of the reason people kind of assume that is primarily because the game lacks it's primarily because the game lacks some sort of, well, it basically lacks a lot of, what would you say? How would you say it? What would... It lacks a bit of a soul. Like, don't get me wrong, certain elements of the game feel very soulful, but like a lot of those like planets out there with the random POI, it just kind of gives me like the No Man's Sky vibe of like, this is the sort of thing where you're not supposed to look too deeply because you're gonna be kind of, you're gonna be distracted by your friend who's a moron and like his suit's dying. Did you ever do a video on the mod declared contraband? What mod declared contraband? What one is that? Well, they do care. It's just like, I mean, they handed off, I didn't realize they handed off 76 to Double Fine now. Vasco is blocking shots saying over. They do give him credit for being a full murderer. Yeah, he doesn't care though. He's like, but not that's a bad thing. He's like, oh, I'm a bad guy. Oh, cool, I guess. Oh, you killed that guy? Don't worry, I won't tell his soul. Back modder who made the Ryusian. Yes. They actually messaged me back and they said that they have they're working on getting a patch out. They don't know when, but they're going to be fixing it. And they are also going to, yeah, apparently Double Fine has it. They're kind of helping develop it, which is fair, but like also weird. And he's also, I think he also said that he's going to be doing something to kind of like as a kind of an apology. I did tell him that I will not be, to let me know when that comes out, and that I wouldn't be reviewing his weapon mod until that happens, because yeah. I just feel like, look, the fact that it's a weird one, because again, I've already kind of tore into a lot of mod authors and stuff. Like, there's a part of me that's kind of like, bro, first of all, Realistically, I should probably say it to him. Actually, that's a fair point. But I don't want to. I never want to get too involved with people because I'm the sort of person where like I give people the benefit of the doubt a lot of the time, and I need to keep reminding myself like this person. Doesn't matter what I think of them, they basically brought out a paid mod that was broken and had no attention to fix it for the longest time ever. ID to help with Starfield they did during development. Apparently Bethesda, it's a slow process to get them. Everything must suck equally or it's OP. Yeah, sadly that is the general like so many guns in games that are kind of multiplayer and they're just like these are so shit. And it's like why? Like the poor Mozambique in Apex. Why did you have to be so dog shit? You were such a lovable weapon in fucking the other ones, other games. Oh. Oh no, you don't. Not you. I put you like upside down. How would you look upside down? Maybe not. As always possible. Oh no, another thing is I do agree. I definitely do agree, and I will say that there is mod authors out there that have broken mods that they never fix and that are still kind of, you know, they're still charging and making new mods, so yeah. I don't like the settings layer of difficulty Biz has been implementing in the game. Well, what do you mean? Like you mean like in previous games? Are you brain dead? Might potentially. No. I might have to have, you know, like a fucking heart. I'm gonna be ready to CPR me. Hit me with some, something. Oh, okay, fair. My bad, I kind of, sometimes I pop in and I'm like, wait, what's going on? What are we saying? What's that, Sonny? I will say, credit where credit's due. I do like Bethesda's, like, how they've done the, like, I like the gameplay settings, to be honest. I think that it's really, really cool. Now, that being said, I think they could add more to it. That's what I was kind of hoping that they would add more to it. Like, as we go along, you know, they're just going to keep adding more cool stuff. All right, we need... Oh, like I think that they do need to kind of change like some of this stuff. XP bonuses, mouses, so you can say no. Yes, yeah. Like the whole kind of, you know, all the enemies are bullet spongy and stuff. I fucking despise with a passion. I don't know, like it's like Bethesda, why? Like why, you know? Because it's one of these things where you're kind of like looking at it, and you're like, the fuck, Bethesda? And but to be fair to Bethesda, bullet sponges have always kind of been a thing. Like that's always been a thing with these sort of games. Like it's like, oh, you want to make enemies harder? What's the best way to make them harder? More health. I would rather, and again, I don't know, like, see, like, is there, I know there's games out there that, like, they like to say that, like, oh, on the higher difficulties, like, enemies get more, you know, more dangerous or, like, more problematic, blah, blah, blah. But, like, is that actually a thing? Like, do you guys know off the top of your head, like, any games where the AI actually gets more intelligent? Is there a Fallout mod like Sky Oblivion out there, playing Starfield? Probably not. Just going off of the fact that it would be a kind of a weird one. Yeah, see, stuff like that, that would be, I would love that. 100% would love that. I think that would be, like, far cooler than, I mean, the current thing we kind of got. Can I connect that from the bottom? Tabs. Yeah, see, I like stuff like that. Like, and I feel like that's how it should be. Like, enemies should, like, they should react to you based on, like, different things. It shouldn't just be a case of higher difficulty enemies are going to be able to fucking aimbot you. You know, instead, like, enemies are actually intelligent. Oh, I remember that too. The bosses. Well, the thing is, usually, like, in MMOs and stuff, though, they're MMOs, and they usually, like, they're trying to make you waste as much time as possible on their game to get the best loot, you know? Like, single-player games should never really cater to that. Why is the lander thrust so fucking high? What the fuck? The fuck did you do with the landing? Fear system was big in the day. 2D space cam. Visually, the AI learns. Oh god, that's now that situation of the AI getting more intelligent. Fuck that. I'm too stupid for that sort of stuff. I'd be like, please no. But yeah, it's like it's one of those things where you're kind of like Destiny used to do it for the longest fucking time, and then they kind of made it a little bit different with like some of their strikes and stuff, like adding in like mechanics, which I've always been a fan of. Like they add mechanics in to like do stuff. Like boss fights would be very cool. Like a lack of, like, the fact that there's no real boss fights in the game to begin with is always something that kind of shocked me. I mean, technically there is boss fights, but it is essentially like there's nothing new about them. Like, imagine if the Freestar Collective, the first guy, imagine he had a mech and he was in a mech and that was his boss fight, you know? Like the Terramorph boss fight was probably one of the more unique ones, but even then it was kind of, you know, would you guys want an alien? Weapons and enemies to fight. What do you mean, like a xenomorph? I mean, xenomorph would be kind of cool, but the Terramorph itself, I think, is quite cool and something that hopefully they will add on. Engines. Yeah, like that fight is, yeah. The Londinium Terramorph is like another one, like where they, again, I think that just kind of highlights that that quest line in itself is very well done. Like, I think very, very well done. What pieces adds this? See, obviously adding, like, you know, new stuff into the game, like, it'd be very cool, don't get me wrong, but I kind of just want to see them, like, you know, add their own stuff first. Lift that up slightly. You're in Londinium right now? Nice. Like, Londinium, it's such a cool fucking place. And I really wish we could go back to it and, like, do something with it, you know? It does look very interesting. Like... bosses. The M-class, those ships, like, they're so shit. Like, one, they're super rare, so trying to find them is like it's a nightmare. And two, they're pretty much non-existent. Like, you kill them once, it's like, yeah, you killed them. Like, I killed them. Okay, that's cool. Like, I will say the Ranger quest line is really good at the end, but it ends so, like, or the fact that nothing really comes from it, because that's the other thing, is like, quests, like, they don't, like, nothing ever happens, you know? It's like, what the fuck? You kind of jump through all these different hoops, hoping that, like, oh, something different is going to occur, but, like, nothing does. You know? Like, the storyline stuff, it's kind of like, oh, is this gonna... Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. Like, I really wish that, like, you could go back into, you know, to the Ron Hope stuff, and, like, depending on how you did certain things, you kind of rest him. I just shoot him. And I know it's just Bethesda, but I think they should try. Like, they should try and kind of, like let the game kind of move forward somewhat, you know? Like, certain triggers. Like, after you complete, like, the Varun quest line, like, you should be able to see more or less of them depending on how it goes down. I will say, though, I really hope that they come out and kind of explain that the Terramorph threat wasn't, you know, wasn't as downplayed as we thought it was, because the Terramorph's, like, really fucking cool. We need more of them. I need to try and find... Well, the thing is, with the whole Freestar and stuff, they could do an Operation Anchorage style DLC where basically how it sounds, your character, sorry, like an Operation Anchorage where, like, you know, you go through, like, a simulation of what happened. Hello there, Michael. Hopefully work's not too difficult. Like, I mean, like, I'm really hopeful. I don't think we really need... I will say, I do want to see more ship battles. Like, more ship battles. And those, like, large-scale ship battles in general, like, they're kind of, like, cool. But again, it's like, just give us more, you know? Like, they're so, like, few and far between. Oh. I'm trying to figure out what, like, engines I want to kind of put on here, but I don't really know. Oh, wait a minute. Do... Turtle-esque. He's not a fucking turtle! Fuck off! Like, they don't even, but they don't need to do a second war. They just need to go the route of, they just need to go the route of making it so that you can go back in time, basically, and experience what it was like. About a flying oh Jesus Christ. And I like, to be honest, the thing with terramorphs, right, is I think I mentioned it in my video, which you guys should check out when I talk about terramorph. Clothing ire, fuck off. But the like terramorphs like feel like they're like they look like they're meant to be like that they're like their entire genome can be like rewritten at any point, you know? Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, imagine if like what an example, like you think of like the Tyranids in Warhammer, and like the Tyranids can basically, they can breed whatever variant of a Tyranid they want. If they want one that can fly, they want one that has stronger, you know, legs for higher G planets. That's how I kind of envision like terramorphs be, you know, like if they're on a planet where like maybe the planet has a lot of mountains and peaks, like they could evolve to have yeah, they just evolved to basically have magical powers. Like they would evolve to have things. Ship is a docker and too few engine. Amazing pets. Can. I'm trying to make it a little, it's like a little compact, like tug type vessel. Like the tag is like suggestion. Oh yeah, I agree. Like he should have had. Like we should have been able to convince him to basically be like, I know the Freestar is corrupt. Come with me, you know, because they mention it. You can click that option. He's like, nah. A pitbull. What the fuck? Mr. Worldwide. Oh, you don't mean that pitbull, never mind. Oh, Terramorph. Going to the Terramorph's homeworld would be fucking very cool. What engines do I want? I mean, we have these ones potentially. All good, Batsu. Have a good one. Armor doesn't buy it, just cull you to death. I know I'll catch you later. I mean, I think, like, hovering vehicles would probably be a lot better. Or, like, some sort of anti-grav. I can't believe he says it looks like an ironing. Fucking, how dare you? This is a work. I don't know what this whole front part is, to be completely honest with you, because it was supposed to be something else entirely. Dockers. Can I actually merge? Can I merge a docker inside there? No. Huge gray station. Wow, that's kind of what I'm going for. Like, it's very large. Not large, but it's like a large A-class. Even though it's not an A-class, but... You believe in life after love. I feel something inside myself. Really wish they didn't float. I kind of want to like merge something here, but would look god ugly. So where's the kitchen sink? It's right there. You can't. It's right there. There's the kitchen sink. I know Bethesda's, well, as much as we're aware, Bethesda are definitely doing the fucking bare minimum. That's mainly because we have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Oh, it kind of gives me like darter vibes. Does it need a tail? Probably not. But it looks cool. What if you flip a tail upside down? Can't flip that. Oops. It's not a fucking turtle. Don't bully me. Korra's not really. I mean, it's potential, possible. If the thing is, if they're gonna do Starborn DLC, they'll hopefully they'll tie in all the different Starborn companions. Need some weapons. All right, so the idea, right, here's my logic, right? Here's my logic. This is an early prototype ship, right? Back when, like, wiring and stuff was a bit sketchy. Hence why all of the kind of the main electrical components have to... Fucking flippers. Well, hence all the electrical components, like, have to be quite close to the... They have to be quite close to the vehicle. Like to the center of the vessel. So like the weapons are like at the front. We got the pew pew. It really annoys me that they can't flip. And then we need you'll sometimes have parts flipping when you take them off in a ship. So a lot of the time parts flipping is a case of, especially if you're using these parts here, it's a bug. See, whoever, like, whichever, depending on the mod author, when they like made the parts flippable, they like specifically with like things that are supposed to be upright. My logic, yeah, see, I like doing that. Crimson Fleet, where you choose them over SysDef to be the enemy of the cell system, but you walk around like... Well, the thing is, the SysDef are only UC, but I do agree. Yeah, see, I've never actually pulled off something like that, but do you make it, Doc, do you have, like, yours set up so, like, you can see the grav drive and stuff inside? Because I've always wanted to try that with, like, a weapons. And, like, having, like, a weapon, not a weapon bench, per se. Yeah, see, that's cool. That's very cool. Now, we're going to do... Alright, we're going to... Where is it? Oh, what the fuck? What do you mean I can't place it there? What? No, I wanted to place it there. Damn it. Probably not, just because I'm not like a huge fan of that sort of game. Just wondering, do I want to? Sheltered grav drive and shield emitter surrounded. Power core. To be honest, I didn't realize. Oh, thank you. Jesus Christ, thank you very much, Eddie. Glad you enjoy it. I know it took a while. I apologize for taking so long. It required a lot of setup. Just because Crimson doesn't usually have Crimson Fleet stuff. But now that I have a save now, so you know. I still need to do a review of Estelle, the companion. I didn't even realize who that person was until I seen the videos. Or not until I seen the videos, until I seen seen her in that part in the neon stuff. I was like, who the fuck is this Estelle person? Like to be fair, all of the companions from that DLC or that DLC from that faction, like they just give good kind of like so the wild card, the Crimson Fleet wild card quest review. So like, there's basically a free mod that allows you to take Crix's legacy for yourself, which is really, really cool. Got computer core. Honestly, kind of liking how it looks currently. The only question is, do I want to use these and mount them like? I think they look better when they're connected to the body. Better when they're. Oh. Oh, they look. Oh, I kind of like how they look. Kind of like how that looks, but I feel like it needs to be in closer. They do look a little goofy, but I like, there's something about them. I kind of pull it in closer, see, like if they were like there. Yeah, we'll go with the smaller ones. Is Torrens Delgado's? I didn't know that. See, I hope at some point they'll add more kind of, because a lot of shipbuilders, you'll use like the pipes as a kind of a way to actually, hold on now, there's the other ones. Using the pipes and stuff to like attach the engines, and I want more, not necessarily pipes, but where's the... that we could put that there in its place. I'm kind of hoping that they'll go the route of kind of like increase the shipbuilders want more pipes. Well, not just pipes, but basically things that like, yeah, kind of like pipes though. Like make engines mount everywhere. With mods you can mount them everywhere, but I do, yeah, it's a bit But going back to the like mechanics and stuff, I'd like to see make it so that crew like matters, like assigning crews to individual stations. Like imagine if like let's say for instance like you could have like a shield station, like a weapon station, like a kind of the co-pilot station, engineering, and like you could assign your crew there, and assigning crew would obviously give bonuses to your ship cargo. We don't have the power. Basic combat still. Yeah. Not having like a proper. Want to do these ones or do I want to do like a crate? How does that look? That probably looks a little better. Ooh. How did it go? Do you have any pictures of it? Did you post it in the Discord if you're in the Discord? Ship needs a fuel tank. Oh, it needs a fuel tank? I'll give you a fucking fuel tank. You have crew, like if you didn't. Yeah. Well, even like the thing is like that, like Eclipse, if they made it so that like you could like a ship could function barely, but like having a crew could like make it that much better. Like having like somebody on the shields, and again, like imagine like a system where like you could assign like any crew to like let's say for instance any crew to anything, right? Like I could put Simeon on like the shield system and he will like be somewhat proficient, but like having an actual like someone with the shield perk on it would obviously be better because you know, right? We need fuel tanks. Fuel tanks. Fuel tank. Let's merge the fuel tanks inside there. This is. So if the thing is, if you click the link when it pops up, Eddie, it will make you create an account. And then once you create an account, you'll join the Discord server. Just click one of the factions in the welcome thing. It's just basically to kind of weed out bots. And then there's channels you can post in. Like a little kind of a rule section. We don't have too many rules. Basically, just don't be an asshole. Skyrim start with a dog in that slot, but by the anniversary edition, you had creatures from different. Well, even before the anniversary edition, actually, hold the phone. Oh yeah, no, yeah, you are correct with the. No. Oh yeah, no. So there is the dog that could be a troll. I preferred the Dwemer. I was a big fan of the Dwemer sphere, the Dwemer. No hassle if you can, Eddie. But yeah, it's just Discord. Our Discord's cool for that. Posting ships. Chasing the shit. Well, that's the other thing too, Balding. Like having like a designated kind of a system, like they would stay. Select something. Why did I just selected something there? It like only showed me a small amount of power. Weird. Question is now, do we have like one more engine to the back? The thing is no mobility. That was kind of the whole kind of point. The modular interior builder with snap together sections similar to how. To be honest, the interior not having a snapping system that existed in Fallout 76 and Fallout 4 is honestly mind-boggling. Like the fact that we need mods to have fucking walls is insane to me. Like, how you have an outpost system with, like, these prefabs but no walls. Like, what if you want to divide these massive prefabs in half, you know? Not everyone wants to live in an open plan concept. I do hope we get a dead-end habs with, like, one usable door connector. Like, stuff like that would be quite cool. I'm hopeful at some point we will get atmospheric flight in that regard, Eddie. Like, it would be very cool to do. Like, the, so in Aventech's new mod, one of the things they did that is fucking awesome is when you are fighting, like, you basically can, like, request to do these little kind of fetch quests. And when you fight them, a lot of the time you're fighting them really close to a planet. I think Aventech did it before with one of their other mods, but it's really, really cool. And it, like, made me think, like, imagine if Bethesda was to double down on something like that. Like, imagine having, like there was, like, a pirate, like, sitting in orbit, like, in the atmosphere above New Atlantis. Like, you know, like, a couple of kilometers up, and you had to go and deal with it. But, like, you couldn't just destroy the ship. You'd have to, like, board it and basically, like, move it out of the way. We want to put... I will say, I like whoever made these. They're really cool. But why could you just copy that and put it there? Like, surely in a 3D, or like in a modeling program, you could just cut it down the middle and duplicate. You know? What the fuck? Adoring fan ride or die. The Amtech mod last night. Play with it. It's really, really goodly in terms of, like, what you can do with the weapons. It's definitely something, though, that you would kind of add on at the start of a playthrough. Like, there's not, like, if you're just like if you were to, let's say, just play that and just focus on just doing that, it would probably get quite boring. Do they all have personal? They do. There is a mod that does that. The space age. Do I want to have them engine at the back, or do I want to remove them? I'm kind of surprised we couldn't take over the one in Shattered Space. Like, oh, I'll be dealing with this now, don't worry. Let's go just check this real quick. They said
Got anything you need to offload? Trade authorities? Sure, have at it.
There we go.
Watch it. Ships coming and going.
Even like a simple thing, like, why is it we always land in the same spot? Why isn't it randomized? Like, imagine one time we couldn't land at the city, we'd land outside the wall. Right, in we go. I'm probably going to be ending the stream in a minute or two, Balding, but I will be back tomorrow. Right, so we've got the downstairs area, which is the docking port. How big of an eyesore is it? Ooh, okay. Alright, that's a slight...
Did you want to discuss something?
No, I didn't. Where the fuck are you this time? Oh. Alright, Andromeda. Like, the turrets in general, like, they're kind of... Like, I kind of wish they'd overhaul some of the systems and kind of follow, like, the Elite Danger sort of thing, where you have fixed gimbaled and turret weapons. And obviously, like, fixed weapons do the most damage, but require your ship to kind of maneuver. gimbal, they're kind of big in between, and then like turret weapons, like effective, but like they're like kind of, because currently turrets, you make a turret boat, they're like powerful, but again, it's like it's like you have like the targeting mode. Imagine if like targeting mode, like with turrets, allowed you to actually control the turrets. Like you could basically like, it would put you in like a kind of a third-person camera, and you could spin left and right and like shoot, and like the turrets themselves would, like you would fire the turrets. Alright, look at this majestic creature. Let me get a nice picture. Just want to take a picture. Oh my god, you're fucking... Well, you're something, I tell you what. I tell you what. Yeah. Alright, but I will leave it for tonight, guys. I will catch you guys tomorrow at this time for our usual nightly stream. Legally distinct. Have a good rest of your day, guys, and thanks once again, Eddie, for the donation. Bye bye.